What is going on, everyone? It is Foul Play here. We are back for the 5th and final match of this modern league. We lost to die roll. We're going to be on the draw versing Obey Lord. This hand's definitely a keep on the play or the draw. We've still got a stop on my opponent's upkeep. Let's just get rid of that one and get into the match. Oh, it's Upsal Spells. Well, this is probably one of the better hands to have against them. Let's start things off by fetching out the Hallowed Fountain here. Then we can cast our Slippery Bogle out. And then we can resolve a Staggering Insight, start attacking. We can counter their critical spell with Staggering Insight as well. As long as it's the Charbelcher version and not the creature version. The creature version is going to be an issue for us. Oh, well, they... Oh, sweet. Okay, that's fine. Hell no. Hell to the no. Get the fuck out of here, main deck Blood Moon. Alright, so that's going to mean that this is the Charbelcher version. Fucking ritual into Blood Moon. Get out of here, you. Alright, we'll resolve the Staggering Insight first. We will fetch the planes here. And then we can cast the Hyena Umbra through Blood Moon if they have a second one. Oh, we find the second basic in our list. Sweet. I'll take that. Now cast everything except Daybreak Coronet that we draw. Opponent concedes. Alright, you had nothing outside of Blood Moon. Get out of town, mate. Get out of town. Alright, so here... Tail's End isn't going to counter it. It's not going to cut it. Teferi is not going to do much either. If we have double basic, I guess we can play around Blood Moon slightly with Brazen Borrower. Teferi can kind of bounce a Blood Moon, but I don't really like it. Actually, I don't normally do it, but Leyline of Sanctity main deck could be really, really strong here just to stop Charbelcher from shooting us. They will be bringing in Nature's Claims. We can take out these paths. That frees up a lot of room in our deck here. Take out the Sentinel's Eyes as well. Then if Brazen Borrower is just too greedy, we just go Leyline Force. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. Fucking how good does Force of Negation feel here? Alright, let's keep this hand. One lander, real risky. No way to play around Blood Moon with our lands, but with our spells, god damn it, we can do that. Opponent has mulled to 5. Alright, and they do keep the 5, so... there's a very good chance on such low resources that they will just concede to... Or they will just lose the match at least to one Force of Negation. Because it counters Charbelcher, it counters Blood Moon. We'll see what they go for. Metamorphose is fine. Yeah, this is pretty heavy, the Charbelcher version, with the 3-mana green spell that lets them stack their entire library. And then we clash top cards of the library. Whoever wins the clash gets something. Super unimportant because they just like reforge the soul into a win. Alright, so I guess we play out our Hyena Umbra here. We blanked on land, which sucks. But we play out our Hyena Umbra, just attack. And yeah. I guess we can up that to 4 damage next turn, but getting down Totem Armor is probably important. They do have ways to deal a lot of damage to the board. And yeah, I think probably the best play... I don't know. If we draw land, do we want to double ethereal, attack, and pressure, or do we want a staggering insight? Look for that second force, hold up double force. If we do double ethereal armor, it'll add 6 damage. We'll attack for 8. That's a 2-turn clock. That seems good enough to me. We could be playing into a Nature's Claim here actually as well. So going double ethereal armor is slightly better tempo-wise for our turn than just having the staggering insight die to 1 Nature's Claim. Okay, well, nothing. That seems okay to me. I could just counter this Metamorphose and end the game. But we've got the Force of Negation for the important spell anyway, right? So another Metamorphose. It's triple Metamorphose. Normally I complain in this scenario because I'm versing a prowess deck or something, but in this scenario, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Valakut Awakening. Will he concede if I just counter this? Well, we just win if I counter this. Alright, whatever. Let's pitch a Bogle. See what happens. We've got lethal damage on board. Maybe that's a little bit risky. Actually, probably the better line is just to try and hold up Force of Vigor during our turn, Force of Negation during our turn, in case they have Force of Negation. I think that's probably the slightly better line. But hey, I'll take it. We got the 3-2. That's a good result. So overall list-wise, my thoughts. I think I pretty well liked most things about the list. I think I'm at the point where I want to try the 4th Staggering Insight. It's a really powerful effect. A lot of the games that we lose, maybe the card draw is needed or the life gain is needed, and we just don't have it. Sentinel's Eyes honestly didn't do much for me this league. It was only a one-of though, so I guess you can't expect too much from a one-of. I would be more interested to try an evasive effect over the Rancor and the Sentinel's Eyes at the moment, such as Arcane Flight or Aqueous Form. I think that's probably something to keep in mind as a potential thing to do there. I really liked having 10 creatures though. I can't remember if I said that or not. The 2 Invisible Stalkers, I don't know if you felt it watching or not, but I felt it playing. I did mulligan less, and I did keep some Stalker hands. Occasionally, you'd keep a Stalker hand and die to the Thoughtseize as well, but most of the time, I didn't flat out on creatures too much, which was good. Sideboard-wise, we didn't see any of Torpor. We didn't see any of Tails End this league. We brought in some Surgical Extraction, some Brazen Borrower, and some Teferi. Honestly, Brazen Borrower was like the standout new inclusion for me. It felt better than both Tails End and Teferi Time Raveler in situations where I'd brought it in and its impact on games. The mode to have it be a creature as well at flash speed is pretty good. And the flash creature also has flying, which is very nice. I think we can still clean up this sideboard a little bit. I think I'm probably going to try with 3 Surgical Extractions in the next league as well. And maybe look at cutting out some of this jank like Teferi. Maybe we can find something better than Tails End. Maybe it's just like another suppression field. Because things like Heliod combo are still like an annoying deck for us to deal with. And suppression field's a pretty versatile card that is a catch-all. Teferi, yeah, felt a little bit weak. I wanted to test it out, but even against control decks, like, I mean, it can beat the Cryptic Lock, but so can Surgical. Surgical is a really good way to beat the Cryptic Lock, right? So we could just run more Surgicals instead of running these Teferis that cost 3 mana. I did consider it and actually play it for a while as main deck inclusion to play around Chalice on 1 when Eldrazi Tron was heavier in the metagame. And it's reasonable for that, for sure. Brazen Borrower could just do the same thing, though, for a mana less and be a creature. So if you're looking for main deck Chalice of the Void or ensnaring bridge workarounds, things like that. Either of these cards are both perfectly reasonable if you're in blue and white. If you're in green white, I think Knight of Autumn's pretty sweet from when I tested it. Yeah, let's cut these Rancors. I'm going to toss up whether I want Arcane Flight or Aqueous Form, but I am going to end the video there, and I guess tune in next time to see what I actually decide on. Let me know what you thought of the league, the list, the new inclusions, the fact I'm running Bant. I didn't feel too much of a tax from the colors, but maybe you guys thought differently. Yep, subscribe if you're new and want daily Bogle content. Ring the bell for more. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.